Morning at 10 TV. I'm Arnold Segawa. As we do give you a quick breather and update on whatever is transpiring in and around our country. Let's turn our focus to what is, well, a story that did start a few years ago, which is the morphing of municipalities into what we have come to know as cities. One of these happens to be in the eastern part of the country. That's, of course, JINJA, and our very own Stephen Bide is on the ground to just give us a sense of all of this. Stephen, just walk us through how momentous this particular day is for the people of JINJA and the country as a whole.
Yes, good morning, Arnold Segawa. This is Stephen Mbide here in JINJA, and this is the JINJA City Council. Previously, it has been the JINJA Municipal Council headquarters, but now, because it's the 1st of July 2020, when 7 cities are coming into effect from today onwards, we are going to see 8 cities in Uganda, because JINJA is now becoming a city, Mbale is becoming a city, as well as Arua, and then Masaka is becoming a city also, and then Mbarara, as well as the side of Fort Portal. And this is a new development and a monumental in Uganda's history, because many people and leaders have been clamoring for these areas to become districts, or rather cities. And this, being JINJA, is popularly known as in East Africa as the adventure city of East Africa. And Fort Portal is now becoming the tourism city. But according to the government directive now, JINJA as well as Mbale are going to be industrial cities, and Fort Portal will be the other side of the tourism city. JINJA here became a town council in 1938, and then it was elevated to a municipal status in 1956. But now, today, it's becoming a city, and of course, a big function is going to be happening here at around 10 a.m. because the Minister of Local Government and other dignitaries will be coming down here to officially launch these cities. Yesterday and the other day, at least urban authorities under the organized association, that is the Urban Authorities Association of Uganda, we are concerned that what's going to be their status. Are they going to be still called the mayors, or they're going to be, their powers are going to be curtailed? But let me speak to some of the people here. And the mayor of this area, JINJA, that is Majid Batambuze, was also one of the people who was complaining and wanted to file a case in the courts of law, because they wanted to find out whether they are going to still be mayors. And at least the Minister of Local Government, through the Minister, Rafael Majezi, confirmed that these people are going to stay as the acting mayors of this city. Kambuzeko mukuru ono yasuza ateeka emikolo gigenda okubeera. Sebo zotya. Kudeyo muna. Muliyo. Kale.
Emirimo.
Nsangayo kubonaku.
Zina nsangayo kubonaku.
Awulira otya muli?
Ndi musanufu. Ndi musanufu Rwasti no.
Rwasti. Maina gafe gwani.
Maina gange wita Mukasa Charles.
Mukasa Charles. Kasoko mbulire wasuze oteeka biki?
Twasuze nga teekateeka nga tunyiriza ekifo ng'emukiraba, era nga lunaku twalwesunga, era nga twalimu essuubi nga twesunga siti twali tuziwa buwulizi nti ziri gindi naye bannaye, era nze simanyi ng'enyinza ssanyukamu okukusingako wano.
Kuba nga weekeja
nasuze nga seebase, ne tubeerako wano, ne tusanyukako ekiro, ne tubeerako awo ng'olaba omuntu nga wasanyuka.
Naye nkakasa nti waliwo okuba tuli mu scientific celebration twagenda kubaawo nnyo bantu bangi. Nkakasa nti mwandibadde ng'ekibuga, mwandibadde musuze mujjaganye street zonna eza JINJA, Nalambale, Main Street, mwonna mwandibadde musuze mu bino. Naye kakyadde kiti ekiro.
Kati obuzibu bwabaddewo nti buno obulwadde obuliwo twatuganyiza kubeera mu bintu ng'ebyo, kyo ne tusalawo ne tubeera nti tulina okubeera abantu nga 8. Especially 8.
Wano okolawo kiro mazeewo bbanga ki?
Wano nkolawo nga office attendant.
Okay. Biki kati by'osuubira mu site eno ng'ebazze byogenda okufunamu mmwe ng'abantu ba muno?
Site tugisuubira ebintu nga 2, tusuubira emirimu gigenda kubeera mingi, n'omusala gugenda kweyongerako. Buli kintu ekijja nga kirungi, wabeerawo era ekirungi ekikola ki ekyeyongerako.
Mwebale nnyo wana Mukasa. Okay, kambuzeko ne tubala kujjako side eri wagenda okubeera ddala emikolo emikulu at the launch of the cities, the 7 cities that are coming into effect, the other side of the gardens of the mayor of the city, Jinja City Council here, which is coming into effect. Jinja here, I think, in my own opinion, has been delayed to become the city. Why? Because Jinja at least has many features that you would think that this should be a city as early as yesterday, because it has more than 500 people. According to the 2014 census, national census, it was indicated that at least Jinja alone has 470,000 people, and at least according to the Local Government Act, a city, an area to become a city has to have 500,000 people, and Jinja alone in 2014 had 470,000 people. At least by now, 6 years after, you're sure that we have more than 500,000 people. Kambuzeko ne mukulu ono, mukulu nsangairo kubonako.
Kale sebo.
Amanya gaife.
Eso nze yosabireta muwaya. Akola mu ambaye mu Jinja Municipal Council, wetuize mu City Council, ndi waisa n'ebitirivu ino, tukozana obwisirikale bw'amaani ino, era abateesa mu Parliament beebale ino, tulina okuba nga tweyawula, tube bulungi. Myaka na myaka okuveera idinda neera Kampala. Kale kirungi kyatusanyusa ino. Yeah.
Kakati gwe wano mazeewo ebbanga ki wano ku Municipal Council katufuuse city?
Nze wano mazeewo emyaka mingi, nga n'okujoininga n'obwisirikale, najoininga 97. Okutuusa paka saawa eno.
Myaka gisobye mu 10.
Gisonga nga 20 mu kintu. Nga mwesatu awo.
Kakati biki byeweesunga kibuga wano tufuuse ekibuga Jinja. Biki by'osuubira mu Jinja kati nga tuvude mu municipality tufuuse ekibuga.
Bulido na bulido ye mubanga muli kukulankulana site kintu kyandawulo ino. Emirimu gyekolwa, esente dibaawo, abantu baba bulungi, abantu beesunga ng'emirimu ng'abaana abali kusoma. Okusinga ng'agalege tubayire, kale kirungi ino nekyenkulankulana ey'ekibuga okubaawo.
This is what is happening here in Jinja, where the official launch for the 7 cities, that is Mbale, Arua, Mbarara, Masaka, Fort Portal, is going to be taking place later on. I think by 10 a.m. we shall be seeing the celebrations happening here. But as I was telling you, why I think Jinja has been delayed to become a city is, at least in 1954, we saw the opening of the Jinja Owen Falls Dam, that is so monumental in at least creating power in the whole of Kampala and many areas of the city. And of course, we know that so many industries are happening here in Jinja. There are so many adventure sites here in Jinja, and part of some of the key industries here. You have breweries, you have Bull, that is Bidiko, and you have many of those that are from the Asian community. These are also helping so many people to get jobs, and of course the road infrastructure here is so good. You talk about the electricity supply, the water supply, and so many things that are here in Jinja. And of course the people here are so lovely, and there are so many structural and physical developments here in Jinja. This is what's happening here, and I will be letting you know of what is happening here as far as the celebration is concerned. But for now, I'll be taking you back to Arnold Segawa, but that behind me is where the major celebrations and commemorations for the launch of these 7 cities is going to be taking place here with the Ministry of Local Government and many other officials. Stephen Midon Fefesu Kibuga will be back shortly. Back to you, Arnold Segawa.
Stephen, many thanks for that, and very eventful day in Jinja. If you haven't been to Jinja, well, what are you waiting for? This, of course, takes us to the press review. Joining us from Fort Portal to just give us a sense of what it is looking like in Fort Portal right now, and how excited people are for Fort Portal actually becoming a city of their own. Patrick, you're no stranger to the city. Just give us a sense of how long overdue this has been, and if there's actually a reason to be jubilant to start with. Patrick.
Fort Portal. We are coming to you from Lugard Road in the heart of Fort Portal. In fact, Fort Portal derives its name from the Imperial British officer called Sir Gerard Portal, and I'm told Gerard Portal actually never set foot on this town. So the background of this town now that has become a city started as a colonial outpost for the British imperial power that was trying to do their expansion more than 100 years ago. So the people of Fort Portal and their leaders have been yearning to turn this municipality into a city. And guess what? The people of Fort Portal slept in a municipality but woke up in a city. And now the real work begins, because we shall need to see whether Fort Portal has what it takes for this city to be a real city. Because for a city to happen for sure, we shall need to see there's top-notch education, you have top-notch health services, you have top-notch infrastructure, so that for the people who are going to Kampala to do anything, next time they don't have to go there, because Fort Portal City should be able to offer those things. And so that's why I'm saying the real work is going to begin. For example, this city is closer to the Democratic Republic of Congo. If it was a clear day, you'd be able to see the mountain ranges of the Congo. So for those who come from the DRC into Kampala to do shopping, now Fort Portal, what needs to do is to study what is it that those Congolese from the towns of Butembo, from Bunia, from Kasenyi, can want to come to buy in Kampala, so that they can put them in Fort Portal, so the entire eastern part of the Congo can make this city also their city. If that is done, then this can become a real hub. And I'm thinking this should also be the same for those in Mbale. You just have to know what do the people in eastern Kenya want, so that the people in Mbale can make Mbale the staging area for the Kenyans who want to come to Uganda, and they don't have to travel all the way to Kampala. They stay on the eastern flank of our country, buy what they need, and go back. And perhaps Gulu, which is closer to northern Uganda, should do the same. People in northern Uganda and the government should realize what is it that the people of South Sudan want that brings them to Kampala. They no longer have to make the entire journey to come to Kampala. Let them stay in Gulu, buy what they want from Gulu, and Gulu becomes the staging area, the outpost for the people of entire South Sudan to do their shopping, and so is Arua. So Fort Portal, I'm sure, will also be doing the same. As you serve the people of Western area, the surrounding districts of Chenjojo, of Kamwenge, of Kasese, of Bundubujo, and in Toroko, you can also add Eastern DRC, and then you become a real hub and a real city. But infrastructure is going to be a big deal. I can still see that the roads, however the roads have been constructed around Fort Portal city, from Kamwenge or from Liantonde through Rushere, through Ibanda, through Ishongoro, through Kahunje, you can come to Fort Portal on Tamak. And you can also now come to Fort Portal from Masindi, the road has been done, to Hoima, it's under construction, to Kagadi and Chenjojo. And also the same road will take you from here to Bundubujo, you'll be traveling on Tamak. And of course the Kasese Fort Portal road has always been a tarmac road. So when it comes to the road network, this city is doing so well. But I should also mention, when it comes to the roads within the Fort Portal city, a lot needs to be worked on, because where we are here, the road is pathetic, though I'm told they will be working on this road soon. Now, Fort Portal is like the tourism city. That is what is going to be called. I understand the most important things around the city are the tour centers around. You have over 50 crater lakes, for example, in Kabarole. And so people can come here, sleep here, you have a night here, and then you go and see the beauty of Mother Nature that's around this area. Maybe you go to the primate capital of Kivale National Park, which is about 20-minute drive from here. Or maybe you want to go to the crater lakes that are so many. We also have the hot springs in Bundubujo. Or maybe if you are the climbing type, you can try the Rwenzori Mountains and climb to the top. On some good days, back 10 years ago, you'd be able to see the snow on the Mount Rwenzori, but because of global warming, we have not been able to see these days the mountain top with capped with snows. That changed because of climatic change. But if you are energetic enough and you are able to hike the mountain, of course you'll see permanent snow on top of the Rwenzori, which is a unique thing considering that we are on the equator and you have permanent snow on the equator. That's a beautiful thing to know. Now behind me I have a group of young men and women who are musicians, and they are called the Ngabuza Toro. I must say Ngabuza Toro have done such a wonderful job of singing about the beauty of Fort Portal. In fact, I'm going to ask them do a song about Toro's beauty, Toro Kokasemera, the country or the nation that is flowing with milk and honey. Let me ask these young men to do a tune of Toro Kokasemera. are the guys. Those are the tunes of this area. So when you come here, you'll also be enjoying the culture, the beauty of Toro, and of course, see the young men who will be doing their thing. Okay, so that tune is about the beauty, the elegancy, the people of Toro, the natural beauty, the weather, and so many things. In fact, it's a very ancient tune that was sung by our great and great-grandfathers. Our forefathers know this, only that these young men are trying to modernize it. So the sounds of Ngabuza Toro. That is your celebration in Fort Portal. The people who slept in a municipality but woke up into a city. Isn't that amazing? Okay, those are the sounds of Toro. Our young people playing their drums are excited about their town that was a municipality last night, but now they have woken up into a city, and I think it's exciting for most people. But I think for the leaders, both in Fort Portal and in Kampala, the real work begins now, because you'll have to make sure that this city is the city worth its name, with the infrastructure, with the revenue collection that is big enough, so that you are not going to rely on money that's going to come from the center, but money that can come from here. We already have the high points of, things like tourism, things like tea plantation. I think for me, as we start to understand Fort Portal town, for Fort Portal city, this is where we are going to live here and continue go deep into the area and understand whether everybody loves the idea and whether it's welcoming the idea. And from Fort Portal City, this is Patrick Kamara, and I'm trying to sign out. So maybe next time, come to Fort Portal and enjoy nature and love what God has given. God has created this country with immense beauty, He took his time, I should say, creating this land, and that's what the people say.
Many thanks for that, Patrick Kamara, from the city that got its name from a man who never stepped there. That's, of course, Mr. Lugard. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more Morning at NTV after this.
NTV.
Stephen Imbido Mfefesuwe right now in JINJA, the adventure city of East Africa. I'm coming to you from almost 81 kilometers east of Kampala, and today we are talking about cities. This is JINJA City, and I welcome you to the JINJA Central Market here in JINJA City. Of course, we know there are 7 other cities that we have today. Of course, Kampala being the capital city, then you have Masaka, you have JINJA, where I'm coming to you from, you have Arua, we have Fort Portal, we have Mbarara, we have Mbare. But I'm going to be speaking to the people of JINJA here. Here is called Idinda, not JINJA. And here, many people here speak Lusoga. And of course, many things are happening here. So many developments here are happening. The physical and structural developments here. Many buildings are coming up. But now that it's a city, there is going to be more planned housing here in the JINJA city. And issues talk about like road construction, security, as well as health and education facilities have to be improved. Of course, that is expected out of a city. Things or garbage like this, which is also on the streets, at least now that JINJA is a city, many people will be expecting the JINJA City Council to be speaking, at least to be helping to collect the garbage that is swept or dumped on the streets of JINJA. Kanjugereko n'abantu bano abe JINJA bambulire bo JINJA bamwenyumirizamu ki bamusanga batya kuba nkati olwaleero afuuse ekibuga ekitongole bagenda kuba bambulira bo abakulu mugamba mutya mwasuse mutya muliyo muko bati muzira nsonga nsangalira okubabonako nzira nsonga nsangalira okubabonako amaanya gaffe
nze amanya gange yenze Musa
abakulu b'ejjinja sinalaba Musa sinalaba balina masiki wano JINJA masiki tezinatuuka gavumenti naba masiki
masiki tuzirina
ate muzambala
kasa tuva mu motoka nga tubivaako
nga kino kyabyabulamu ate bagamba nti abantu abavuga motoka bayita nnyene wammwe aba long truck drivers. Okay, kakati ogere ku kibuga JINJA. Togere ku JINJA, kibuga kyafuuse dde kibuga JINJA, kivudde municipality. Biki bye musuubira mu byemunyuliza mu JINJA wammwe?
Twakisuubira dde olw'ensonga ne road mayor mwennyini owaffe wano yatusuubiza
Mukulu Majiri batambuze
okugifuula London. Kakati wano bweri city ndowooza ajja kugirongoosa efuuke London. Naye senga kamera eyo gitunuza wali eri n'olaga ekituufu nti London yeeno yeyo London.
Kati atandise yagantandika olwali emirimu nga abadde meeya kalagenda wa municipality kalagenda fuuka wa kibuga.
Ekyo olimba kuba oyo omwami bukyaba mulonda ku bwa meeya talabikangako eri bantu.
Kiki osuubira abakulembeze bantu nga bakolako mu kiseera kyo nga mufuuse ekibuga?
Tandike n'abemupiizi bakwatagane. Oweri tanyumya na weno kabwa nango. Tanyumya na weno kabwa nango. Bw'otunulako oko mugundi tugambe nti obeero C5 netoyinza musangako nti oba ayina kyateesezaako. Kirabika ateeseza ku TV zeewammwe eyo za Buganda naye nze sirewulirangako nti ero C5 leero ayina kyateesezaako ekigenda okukola. Tetumumanyi namumanyi. Ebiguudo byonoonese kati ndowooza gavumenti ye yatuyamba oba okutuzimbirako luli olweri n'eziri ezeeri zonna nfu.
Okay, kakati ensonga zagala bakoleko. Mukulu Sebo wasi otya? Kakati buli amanya go n'ebyosuubira.
Amayina gange ninze Waisa George.
Bizibu ki ebiri mu JINJA muno byagala bikolebweko abakulembeze?
Nze okusooka neenumiriza mu site kinsanuisa ino okugifuula site kuba twagirindirira ira ife yafuuka ife balowooza nti batongoiza leero aye twidi nti yatandika ira myaka 10 kuba twebisanga abasite batutambwira endowooza yanjira ira nga tuli mu site era tugendeze emirembe.
Bwana Waisa uno okola mu ki?
Nze ndi mu katale ntundira mu JINJA Central Market ntunda bibala. Kale neebaza olwa site okuyida era nze nsuubira enkyukakyuka olwa site.
Okay. Mukulu ate gw'ogamba otya?
amaina gange muna bande tafaluku site eidye ayi tukaali kutuuka kiseera kuba nti batuwa site waira abandi bakati tuli kwenuminkiza okuba nti tuli mu site eneka ali kuba site wogerangalani ebibuga ebiri mu Uganda nobigerangalani idinda eno tukayituka kuba site bwoje embaale tosobola agireta kuidinda tukali kuba sano tunula
kati ki buzibu kyo buli muno kati wanti ombulire ongude muzimbulidde kati bizibu kye ebirala biriwo nimwagala bakoleko
ebizibu betuli kwenda bakoleko amalwaliro gaife bwe tutwalayo abantu mu madwaliro eyo bw'omutwaire bw'aba tebamufaako bw'ojja ku ofiisi erere ku town hall ere neri nankani emitwe emikulu abantu abakulu oba tolina sente tebakufaako oba tolina sente wano ku district wano tebakufaako embeera eri wano ife omunaku owa wano mu Jinja City gye bayita mbu City eno si City teri muntu asobola kufaako fe tuli
omulimu
nina omulimu nze ndi wa produce emisolo giwanvuye emisolo we giwanvuwa ekibuga tebakitereeza toka batujjamu emisolo.
Yes. Okay, this gentleman here talking about the poor road infrastructure, talking about the high taxes that are being collected, the authorities are collecting from them, and they are saying that at least as they collect the taxes, they should be working on the services like health facilities that are in Jinja City now, as well as the streets here. I'm going to be speaking to some of also these people who are loading merchandise here. They are loading stuff that's going to be sold to different areas. But Jinja is so, why Jinja is called an adventure city is just because there are so many sceneries that you want to enjoy. Like, of course, the People Power spokesperson, Joel Senyon, also chose this side of Jinja, and he's having his good time here in honeymoon. He's having the good time here in Jinja as he goes on with his honeymoon here. These are some of the people who are loading goods here. They are taking them to different areas. Bambulira ko nabo mugamuti akulu. Amanya gafe.
Ramsa Godon nimbe manyi.
Mukola kiwane Jinja.
Wane Jinja tukura just bwangwezi bazuvude Kampala mu kibuga. Naye ate necha bwenzira ku murama gwa gundo gwa site ya feno gimureta. Ndaba tukyali bakyafunye mu Jinja.
Bakole ku byokuyola kasasi.
Kasasiro mungi engudo mbi. Just ezingira ngudo zingira munda tuzinaterezebwa kuba obulungi. So kyengamba nti kasasiro bamuyore. Batereze n'engudo zingira mu bibuga munda.
Abavubuka muno bangi balina nnyo mirimu. Muno kiri kitya mu Jinja. Abavubuka balina emirimu.
Anti kati emirimu gyandibaddemu naye ate abasinga nabo bagayavu. Kyekizibu
mu obunafu n'okwenyooma.
Benyooma.
Obwaki abazinga bukozeewo kyomulanga buteekawo emirimu nga tugenda ne site kati. Site abakulembeze ba site n'obwaki abazinga bagamba ki?
Bannange sijja kulimba nnyo kuya ky'abazinga. Sijja kulimba.
Ate abakulembeze ba site bagamba ki?
Abakulembeze ba site kye mbagamba nti batuukirize bye baba nga bateeseza ku bantu. Bakolera abantu byabeera babasuubizza.
This is what is happening here as Jinja becomes a city. I was telling you that in 1938, Jinja became a town council, and in 1956, it was elevated to a municipal status, and now it's today. The 1st of July is becoming the city as part of the 7 cities that are coming into effect. One more person here, and I will be wrapping up here from Jinja. Sebo Gambotia.
Azaso jebale sebo.
Kale sebo. Toina nsonga.
Nsonga inayo.
Ogamba otya manya gato.
Tayino akasigala.
Okola mu Jinja muno okola mu.
Okola mu Jinja muno ne sobuzi.
Okay. Wewe bali jigina giteje busobuzi.
Sobuzi jigenda bulungi.
Okay. Wewe bali this is what is happening in Jinja. I will show you some of the facilities that are going to be at least worked on as Jinja city takes shape. These are some of the old structures that were constructed during the Asian times when the Asians came here in Jinja, but now we also have new facilities like this other building across the road that is facing the old one. So such facilities are going to be so monumental as Jinja takes up the city status today. This is Stephen Mbidon Fefes wekibuga badde n'abantu bana b'Ejjinja nga bampitiramuko ku nsonga ezibaluma ne zibagala abakulembeze babe nga bakolako. Morning at NTV, and I will be back to you later on. But for now, back to studio for Arnold Sega, who is there for more interesting conversations here on Morning at NTV.
Thanks for that, Stephen Bida joining us from JINJA town. Momentous day indeed when JINJA does.
Yes, good morning once again, Arnold Segawa, live from JINJA here in the eastern side of Kampala. This is almost 81 kilometers out of Kampala. And now the work is now cut already. We know that today, as the financial year 2020-2021 begins, also the new cities begin operations today, like JINJA city here, where I'm coming to you from. But now we know that now the cities are going to be taking effect. The work has to begin right now. For example, the people of JINJA here, the ones I've been speaking to, have been asking for street lights, like where I'm standing here at the Saidina Road here. There is no single street. Though there is a camera here, there are no street lights here. And now these are some of the things they're crying for, because they've seen them in, like, for example, in the capital, Kampala. And now also some other things that have to be done is the collection of garbage. Road networks have to be worked. The road network has to be worked on. There is need for structural and improved urban development. For example, the housing side of it, we expect to be having better housing. And also for the people who are in the public transport, the taxi, I've been to the tax park here in JINJA. We have also to be seeing at least a better organized tax park here in JINJA. And now I've been told that from JINJA here going to Kampala, it's now 15,000 shillings. That is quite a lot of money for an ordinary Ugandan here, because originally they've been paying 5,000 to 6,000 going to Kampala. Now we'll be waiting to see the acting city mayor of JINJA, that is Mbajidi Batambuze, together with Titus Chisambia, district chairperson, and other leaders, both the technical and the political wing, acting to serve the people of JINJA, so that we see a better adventure city of East Africa, that is JINJA. This is Morning at NTV. Thank you so much, Arnold Sega, who's been there, and of course the technical crew, both in studio and here on the ground, to bring you much more about this. And also be sure that at NTV at 1, we shall be giving you much more details, especially at the launch that's going to be taking place at JINJA City Council. This is Stephen Imbido Fefes Wechuga. I'll be giving you much more details about the launch later on. Keep it here on NTV, and be sure that at 9 a.m. Muslim shall be on air with Farida Nakazu. I'm out, and have a good day.